Hello my dear students, welcome again. So in today's class, I am here to discuss with you that the second unit from BSc second semester computer science, that is known as Boolean algebra. So I am here to explain you some introduction of this Boolean algebra in today's class, so that we have to understand some basics for Boolean algebra. Okay, basically this Boolean algebra is just like any other deductive mathematical system, may be defined with set of elements and set of operators and number of axioms, or you can say postulates. That whole thing defines this Boolean algebra. Say for example, set of, what I told, set of elements, set of operators and set of unproven axioms, or you can directly call set of postulates. These things defines the actual Boolean algebra. And this mathematical algebra, say in the mathematics itself, the scientist is Boolean algebra introduced this concept. That is why it is named as Boolean algebra. Before this, we should understand some basics of set theory, like what is a set, what is operator, what are the elements, like that. Say for example, if I write set S, which is equals to, or which consists of the elements A and B, I can say this as a set, right? Or if S is a set and A and B are the certain objects, then I can write A belongs to S. What it represents? It represents that A is member of S, right? If I write like this, B not belongs to S, it is in the sense B is not member of S. Here this represents the set, whole set, and these A and B represents elements included in the set. Okay, this is all about some little introduction of the set here. Okay, then we have to understand one more important term here, that is called as operator. So here I am going to use the operator as binary operator. Okay, then we should understand this, what is this binary operator right here. A binary operator defined on a set, say for example here I have taken S. A binary operator defined on a set S of elements is a rule that assigns to each pair of element from S. Here each pair of element from S, in the sense I have only two elements, that is A and B. For these two elements, this is the rule which assigns to these two elements, and here S is a unique element from the S. So this operator may give the result. Say for example, if I use the operator as a star, okay, and which will give the result as, if you perform by this operator, that is A star B, it will give you the result as a C, correct? This is how we can use the operator on the elements of the set. If only two elements are there in the set, then this is the case. If the set S consists of A comma B comma C, then this is not the rule. I have to write like this. Okay, I may write some other form. Anyway, this is all about how to operate. Like you can use dot operator, plus operator, many operators will come, we will discuss further. Okay, this is about set and member. And in this set, many postulates are there in the mathematical model, like properties are there, or you can call also postulates, like uh, closure property is there, associative law is there, commutative law is there, identity element is there. We will discuss one by one what all these are, how to use these laws. Okay, now we'll see what is closure. Okay, closure in the sense, I write here, closure you can call closure law. Closure or closure you can call a set S is closed with respect to binary operator if for every pair of elements of S the binary operator specifies a rule for obtaining a unique element of S. This is the closure of the set. Say for example, a set S, if it is closed with a binary operator and that binary operator specifies a rule for obtaining unique element of S, in the sense if it consists of any element right here, if you operate with any binary operator on these elements and this S will have one more unique element, that is the definition of the closure here. For example, if I write, you see here, now you can understand with this example, the set of natural numbers, say for example, set of natural numbers means n is equals to, I write like this, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, this is a set of natural numbers. If it is closed with respect to binary operator, say I write binary operator plus by the rules of arithmetic addition, uh, I can write a comma b belongs to n, means these are the elements which belong to the set of natural numbers. It means now we obtain unique element, that is c, which is belongs to n. Say for example, here if I consider 1 as a, right, 1 as a, 2 means b, if I operate these two elements with a plus operator, 1 plus 2, which will give you 3, right, and 3 is also present in the set of natural numbers if you observe here. That is the concept of closure here. That is, I can write a comma b are the elements of a set which belongs to set of natural numbers, then the obtained result c, which is also belongs to the set of natural numbers. You can take any number. If you take 10 plus 2, you will get 12, right? Here I take a as 10, b as 2, c as 12, right? Obviously the set of natural numbers consists of 12 also. That is the concept of closure here, I think you are getting. And this is not the case in the binary operator minus. You should not do this, because if you use this binary minus operator, say for example, if the case is like this, 2 minus 3 is equals to, you will get minus 1. This minus 1 is not present in the set of natural numbers, right? So that is not true in the case of minus operator. I think this closure is clear to you, right? The next term I have to give you that associative law. Associative law is there. Here associative law states that a binary operator star, I can say a binary operator star, here this is operator, right, on a set S is said to be associative whenever x star y, okay, star z is equals to, I can write x star y star z. For all these elements that x, y, z belongs to S. This is the definition of the associative law. To prove this, you can take the values for this x and y and you can do that. We will discuss that also in the later class, and this is what associative law states. The next one is commutative law. These are the terms which are used in the mathematics. We will see how these terms are used in digital logic in case of Boolean algebra. Okay, later we discuss those things. Now you understand what are the basics of this Boolean algebra. Commutative law states that a binary operator star, okay, on a set S, again set S is said to be commutative whenever the elements of a set X, that is set S, that is x and y, say for example I write x and y, whenever x star y is equals to y star x, okay, for all elements of set S, that is x comma y, which belongs to S. This is known as commutative law. Okay, to prove this you can take any number. We will see, say for example, if I take x as 2, y as 4, and which is equals to y is 4 again, x is 2, 2 4s are 8, 4 2s are 8. Yes, here both are equal, right? That is the definition of the commutative law right here. Okay, the next one is identity element. Right here, identity element. Okay, a set S is said to have an identity element with respect to binary operation, say star, on S if there exists an element. I write here, if there exists an element, say for example element name may be, I write E, exist an element E which belongs to S with the property, I write the property below, with the property that is E star x equals to x star E equals to the identity element. Here the identity element is x. For every x, which belongs to the set S, that is called identity element. You will get to know how this identity element will be formed in the case of Boolean algebra. We will take the values there. Okay, this is the case of identity element. You can write the example, but I will give you once again what is identity element when it comes to the actual digital logic Boolean algebra. Okay, and then one more thing I have to introduce right here, that is inverse. That is inverse. A set S having the identity element E, a set S having identity element E, okay, with respect to binary operator star, is said to have inverse. If is said to have inverse for every x belongs to S, here x in a sense, that is the element which belongs to set S, there exists y, one more element which belongs to S such that x star y gives E. This is the inverse law. You will understand this also again in the later classes with the truth table, also with the laws and with the theorems. Okay. Say for example, I write for this inverse is in the set of integer I write one set which is I is a set of integer, okay, which with E is equals to 0 there, with E equals to 0, okay. The inverse of an element A, I can write the inverse of, I write here, inverse of an element A is, how I can write the inverse of this, that is minus A, right? Since you see, if I write A plus the next element is what, minus A, right? Minus A, what I will get, 0. That is what it says here. Okay, this is the inverse law. You will understand thoroughly the later concept. I will give you how to prove this inverse. Okay. Okay. Next one is, one more thing is distributive law. Distributive law. Here, if I use star, or I can use dot also, star or dot, or you can okay. If star and dot are two binary operations on set S, not I write, if star and dot are two binary operators on set S, okay, then star is said to be distributive over, star is said to be distributive over dot, okay, dot whenever x star y dot z is equals to x star y dot x star z. This is a distributive law in the mathematics, but usually for our Boolean algebra we can have different concept here. This is the actual thing in the theory of mathematics. For our concern it is not like this. Say for example, if I write x, we have two kinds here, star over plus operator, dot over a plus operator, like that. I will give something here, x star y plus z, we can write this into x star y, this is x, okay, plus x star z, this is one more thing, and I can write x plus y star z is equals to x plus y star x plus z. I will tell you once again this thing when it comes to the when we are proving this distributive law over the Boolean algebra. Okay, these are the some basics of Boolean algebra in case of the mathematics. I think this is clear to you. In the next class we will discuss the clear idea how these can be used in our concern. Okay, thank you.